What up, guys? Welcome back to Kyle's Best of 7. I really hope you guys have been liking these videos. So far I've received some pretty positive feedback about them. Hopefully that the guys of you that aren't commenting about it really like it, and if not, let me know some things that I could change up. I hope it's helping you guys. All I'm trying to do is basically give you a list of guys that range from different prices that you can consider using if you're struggling with a certain guy at that position. So I really think that this could be helpful and beneficial to some of you guys, especially some of you guys that are looking for budget squads, because I'm trying to include some guys that are good for their value as well. So hopefully that's something that has been helping you. So far we've done our catchers. My favorite catcher was Jorge Posada, and so far we've done first base, who my favorite first baseman was Frank Thomas. Although lately I've been playing with Lou Gehrig, and I must say he's an absolute animal, and it's tied. Let's put it that way, it's tied. But we're not focused on that right now. What we're focused on for this video is second base. Now, this video is important because there aren't a lot of good second basemen. There really isn't. It's a really scarce position. You got a couple guys that you can get in the programs. You got a couple guys that you can unlock by doing the collections and stuff like that. And then you just have some guys that are on the market. So for second base, it may be a little hard for me to get the 7, but I do think that because of that you guys will be, I'll bring attention to some of the guys that aren't quite sought after and that are kind of overlooked. You know what I mean? So for your team, this is my top 7 second basemen in MLB The Show 19. But before you check it out, make sure to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and leave a comment below who your favorite player in the MLB is. Let me know who it is. I want to know. My favorite player is Anthony Rendon. I want to know who your guys' favorite player is. All right? Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube as well. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be pumping out content as much as you can handle, I promise you. All right? Let's get to my number 7 second baseman. At number 7, it is Joe Morgan. Now, Joe Morgan is one of the guys that you can get in the program, in the XP program, where as much as you play, you level up, and he's up there with Brooks Robinson, Tony Gwynn, Frank Thomas, and it's Joe Morgan as the 4th. Now, I would not recommend you picking Joe Morgan at any time in the first 3 picks. Tony Gwynn and Frank Thomas are absolute animals. You need those guys. But Joe Morgan is a very serviceable second baseman. Post-patch, he gets great exit velos. He has 101 contact versus righties, 85 power versus righties, 98 contact versus lefties, 72 power versus lefties. But his vision and his discipline make him such a good hitter. Also, his fielding, he has a diamond fielding, decent reaction, so he definitely can make some plays at second base. He has a 94 speed and a 99 stealing, so when you get this guy on base, there's a good chance he's going to score. The reason I have him 7th is simply because he does not cost any stubs. He's not the most overwhelming card. His strike zone's a little tough because he's so small, but it also makes it tough on the pitcher, and he has a kind of a funky batting stance. But I do really like this card, and I feel like he was more than deserving to be on this list at number 7. Now is number 6, finest Ozzie Albies. Now, Ozzie Albies is a switch hitter, and he also has a smaller strike zone because he's only 5'8". But the cool thing about Ozzie Albies is he absolutely rakes against lefties. Now, one thing that you'll notice is there aren't a lot of second basemen that hit well against lefties. So Ozzie Albies, even if you don't have him starting at second, he's a pretty good guy to have on your bench at least, because he's a switch hitter that you could bring in against lefties and absolutely smash. And he still has pretty good hitting stats against righties with an 88 contact and a 69 contact versus righties. But those lefties are who you really want to expose him to. Now, he has 112 vision, which is really high for a finest card, especially not one of a 99 rating, because not a lot of guys have that high of a vision, so his PCI should be pretty big. He also has a secondary position of shortstop, which I think is huge in this game. Now, his fielding is an 82. He'll still have a gold shield, so it's comfortable having him at second. He'll make good plays with a 79 reaction, and he still has a decent amount of wheels with an 80 speed and a 68 stealing. He's a guy that you probably don't want to be too aggressive on the bases with, but he can still steal some bags. The only downside with Ozzie Albies is his price tag at $47,000. If you needed to lock him in to get Christian Yelich and basically you just have him, I would not quick sell him. I would probably put him on your bench and make sure that you have that exposure to hit against lefties, because not only that, you could sub him in at shortstop or second base if needed. So I just think his card's really valuable, and that's why he is number 6 on my list. Now, number 5 is kind of funny because Max Muncy has a finest card, which is higher rated than this Max Muncy, but that one isn't on my list. The reason for that is this Max Muncy has almost as good as hitting stats. It's pretty much identical, but he has a gold fielding. You can see he has a diamond fielding shield, but an 85, he's gonna have a gold fielding shield at second base, and he has a good arm. Plus his stats are damn near identical as the better one, but he's literally a third of the price. I mean, you can get this card for $6,000 right now, and he's more than capable of starting at second base for you. Or you could put him at first, or you could put him at third. He has a great swing. He has a great batting stance. This Max Muncy card has single-handedly carried me throughout the ESL tournament. He's just an absolute animal. And I don't think you need to overpay for the other one when you could get this one for 6,000 stubs. You could probably even get him for less if you put in a buy order for him. So to me, this card is absolutely amazing, and he's a must-try. I won't say he's a must-have, but he is a must-try, because there's some people that think that batting stance is just the best in the world. I mean, I know guys that rake with him off lefties, off righties. It doesn't matter who you face him with, he's gonna hit a home run off of you. So overall, this card is just absolutely amazing, and his stats may not be better than the guys in front of him or the guys behind him, but it's his price. That value makes him one of the best in top 5 second basemen in the whole game. At number 4 is my boy Ryne Sandberg. Now, I've been rocking with Ryne Sandberg since 2017. I mean, I've always used his card for some reason. I think it's his batting stance that has really helped me. I rake with him, but he always has decent hitting stats, but his fielding and his speed, he always can steal bases. He'll always make a play at second. This card's absolutely amazing. He has 104 contact versus righties and 86 power versus righties, 113 contact versus lefties, and an 83 power versus lefties. With that 114 vision, you're going to feel comfortable with him at the plate. And I promise you his batting stance gets comfortable even if you don't like it at first. He's definitely a good card to use. His fielding, he's a diamond fielder at second base with a 84 reaction, and he has an 80 speed with a 93 stealing. So he can absolutely steal you bases, and he can definitely he can get that extra base for you if you need it. So this card is absolutely amazing. He has a secondary position of third, but since second is more thin, I would definitely suggest keeping him at second. If you haven't tried this card, just try him, because he could end up being that guy for you that you've been missing. I promise you, he's an absolutely stud card. I used him in 2017 when there was better cards than him just because of his swing and his batting stance. And in 2018, I used his immortal card. So he's just an absolute animal, and you guys need to try him, okay? Thank you. At number 3, it is the absolute legend, Jackie Robinson. This speedy guy has fucking been so amazing for me when I've played him. I mean, look at these stats across the board. That 125 vision is the first thing that sticks out to me. His PCI is going to be the size of a Hummer, and you can use that to your advantage just by pretty much putting your PCI on damn near anything. And with his high contact, that's going to get you a lot of base hits. He has 119 contact and 122 contact across the board, and then he has an 80 power and a 79 power. This card is absolutely ready to rake. He can hit home runs, he could hit gappers, he could hit infield singles with his 95 speed and his 90 stealing. This card is an absolute stud, I can assure you. He has a 99 bunt and a 99 drag bunt. For those of you that like playing the game a weird way, there you go. Get your drag bunt on, baby. But he has an 86 fielding, which is really good, and a 90 reaction, which is going to get you that first step to make a lot of plays for you that some other guys may not make. This card overall is I'm not going to say he's a must-have because I don't have him on my team as of right now. I was using him and I loved him, but there came a time where I needed stubs and I had one of the top 2 guys that's on my list. So with that being said, I had to sell him because he was like 140,000 stubs at that time. So I had to get rid of him, unfortunately. But looking at these stats, I may have to get him back on my team because he is absolutely nasty. So I will keep you guys posted on that. But for now, he's number 3. Let's go on to our top 2. So another day, another dilemma for Kyle in his best of 7 list, because it seems like this happens every single time. I'm curious what the first position will be where I just have a no-brainer number 1. I don't know when that's going to happen. As I'm saying this right now, I still don't really know who I'm going to put number 1 on this list, because one of them is a switch hitter who has great fielding and great speed, and I use his batting stance on my cap. So obviously he is somebody that I admire in this game. And the other one is just overall one of the best hitters in the game. I'm going to go with the one that I use the most for my number 1. So with that being said, as embarrassed I am to do this, I have to make this man my number 2. Rogers Hornsby. I'm sorry, Rogers. I know. He's mad at me. I understand. He's done nothing but good things for me, and I'm disrespecting him by putting him number 2. I still don't know if I agree with putting him number 2 because let's just get on with it, okay? I'm sorry, Rogers. This card's amazing. He is absolutely amazing, I promise you. Let's start with his fielding because that's the only small flaw of him. He's still a silver fielder, and I promise you he still makes his plays. Put him at second, put him at third, do not put him at short. He just doesn't have the arm strength and the fielding and the reaction to be at shortstop. But at second and third, I promise you he makes his plays. I used to worry about that. Do not worry about that at all. He has an 81 speed. He doesn't have a high stealing rate. But these damn hitting stats, bro. They almost don't do him justice because I think he hits better than these hitting stats show. He has 125 contact versus both sides. He's that guy that's just going to hit line drives no matter what. He's going to hit line drive gappers. He's going to hit oppo gappers. He's going to hit oppo tanks. He's going to hit pool tanks. He's just ridiculously good. He's a phenomenal hitter. He's one of the best hitters in the game. I think his power plays higher than a 99 and a 94. But regardless, we obviously know that's a high power. This card's absolutely amazing. It's another situation where I'm just going to regret putting him number 2 probably. Because his stats certainly look better than the number 1 guys, but the number 1 I just feel is overall a bigger threat. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me with it because a lot of people don't even use him anymore at second. But let me quit talking about him. Let me keep going with Rogers. 125 vision, 112 discipline. His PCI is huge. This card's amazing. Please try him. He's the NL collection. You have to collect everybody in the National League, which should be easier now because the live series cards are so much cheaper with all the finest cards and everything and that coming out. So this card's definitely doable for you guys. All right, please get him. He is a must-have. He needs to at least be on your bench. If he's not starting, he needs to be on your bench. Okay, please. And if he's not starting, the only excuse for him not starting is if my number 1 is starting for you guys. All right, let's see who that is. I'm sure you guys know. My man, Roberto. This card is stacked. I mean, he's actually, now that I'm looking at it, his stats are overall obviously better than Hornsby's. Unless you're just a pure power guy, then you may have an argument against him. But he has a diamond fielding. He has an 85 reaction. He has 81 arm strength, 87 speed, 97 stealing. He could steal bases for you. 121 contact, 74 power versus righties. 98 contact, 79 power versus lefties. He still hits lefties well, I can assure you. Even though those stats don't look as crazy as the ones against righties do, he can still hit them well. 120 vision, one of the best batting stances in the game. It is so comfortable. He has a phenomenal two-handed swing, and he's a switch hitter. Done. That'll do it. Get him. Put him there. Now, I'm going to show you my stats with him. 366 batting average. Let me move my webcam so you guys can see that. Boy, I look handsome today. 366 batting average. 69 jacks. Nice. Let's see. 1.06 OPS. Slugging 667. Let's see what he's doing against lefties. Batting average versus lefties 332. Batting average versus righties 384. Now, obviously, it's a little better against righties, but I'm also facing more righties and all that. So, I mean, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Get him in your lineup. I think he should be starting second baseman for you. There's one center fielder, Ketel Marte, who just came out with the finest card. I can understand if you maybe want to put him there, but I said that this is primary positions. Roberto Alomar is the best second baseman in this game. You cannot tell me otherwise, but if you're going to tell me otherwise, put it in the comments below. Let me know. I want to know your list. I want to know who your favorite second baseman is right after you tell me who your favorite player in the MLB is. And if you liked this list or you disliked this list, it does not matter. Toss me that thumbs up. Let me know you enjoy my content. Let me know I'm not wasting my time with you guys. I love you guys for all the support you've been giving me. It's been crazy. The comments make me feel so good. The views have been making me feel really good. Tournament's closed now. That's good. Yeah, I mean, you guys have just done a good job making me really motivated to keep pumping out content, and you can see that by me uploading every single day. It's been truly amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. All right, so with that being said, make sure to let me know who you're feeling in the second base category, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.